Alright, I promised you guys a plant haul, so I am going to show you what we got yesterday at the thingy. What is it called? Plant nursery. So I will show you that in 1 second. Okay, please ignore the weeds. I need to weed this area, but we got some new cactuses, which I will give you guys a tour of my cactuses after I freaking weed this area, because we have succulents too. So we got these boys. I like this one because it looks like it has 4 fingers. And then we got this little boy. I don't know what it's called. And then we got these to go into the little front thing. These are called decorative peppers. I think that's what it's fucking called. Hold on. I could just look. Ornamental peppers. We got these little purple boys, and then these leaves as well. And then for me in my backyard area, which I will also give you a tour of eventually, is a bunch of flowers that attract butterflies. So I got 4 different ones, these yellow ones too. And I already have milkweed in the backyard, which is like the #1 butterfly attracting plant that you can get. But yeah, so I'm gonna be planting these within the next couple of days, so I will show you guys. Okay, bye. So I am currently outside. We are planting the plants that we got at the plant nursery, so I'm gonna show you guys what that looks like now that it's finished. I greatly overestimated how big this pot is, so I was only able to fit 1 flower, and I have all these that I still have to plant. So yeah, so stay tuned for me getting a bigger pot. Yeah. Also, I just wanted to show you guys these beautiful flowers that the trees in my backyard make. They are so gorgeous. Oh my god. Alright guys, today we are making pumpkin creme brulee. It's fucking spooky season. Pumpkin creme brulee is delicious. It's actually not that hard to make. I know restaurants always charge an arm and a leg for creme brulee, acting like it's the most fancy thing on the planet, but honestly, it doesn't have that many ingredients, and as long as you just follow these steps, it's really not that hard to make. So let's get to it. So first, you are going to need 1 3/4 cups of heavy cream, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna pour it into this pot. Okay, we are in the pot. I used a spatula just like to scrape out as much as I could, and then now we're going to the stove. If you're using an electric stove like I am, you're gonna want to like start with your heat high and then obviously turn it down to medium, because it takes fucking forever if you don't do it that way on an electric stove. If you're using gas, start with medium heat. And what we're gonna do is we're just heating this cream until it starts to almost simmer. So I'll show you what that means here in a moment once it starts getting hot. What you do want to do while it is heating up, you don't need to do it for like the first minute, but once it starts to get a little bit warm, especially if you're on a gas stove, you want to take a heat-safe spatula or a spoon, and what you're going to do is just really gently move this along the bottom because you don't want to scald the heavy cream. Also, while you're standing here, you can make sure that you set your oven to 300 preheat. So that way it'll be ready. Now you can see steam starting to come up, and you see these like little bubbles starting to form here. That's what you want. So once the bubbles start to form here on the edge of your pot, you are just about ready. You don't want to let it simmer or boil. You're getting it just up to where it's about to simmer. So this is done. So now we've taken this off the heat. You're gonna crack 3 eggs into a bowl, and then you're going to add half a cup of sugar into that bowl, and then whisk these together. Now, some recipes will tell you to do this before you start heating the cream, but fun fact, sugar can actually cook eggs. So you might not want to do that because if your sugar starts cooking your eggs while you're trying to heat your cream, it's going to be really gross. So you don't want that. All right. Okay. Now that this is all whisked up, I'll show you the next step. Okay, so this next step is like super important. This is what's going to make or break it. You are going to pour the heavy cream that is heated into your eggs, but you do not want to cook your eggs with the hot milk. So what you're going to want to do is continuously whisk, and what this is called is tempering. So you're bringing what's in this bowl up to the temperature of what's in this bowl. So what you're going to do is you're going to whisk and then slowly stream a tiny bit of heavy cream into your egg while continuously stirring. That is the oven being ready. And you want to keep doing that and now it should be at an okay temperature. See, we don't see any scrambled eggs in here, right? Okay. And then you should just be able to, at this point, pour the rest in. Then just make sure that this is all mixed together. All right, now that that part is done, we're going to add 1 cup of pumpkin puree. You can make your own pumpkin puree, but I'm using, you saw the can earlier. It's gluten-free. It's Libby's 100% pure pumpkin. You don't want to use pumpkin pie filling. You want to just use the actual pumpkin puree. All right, go ahead and add that, and then just want to mix it. Honestly, the whisk might work better for this. Whisk the pumpkin, and then we're gonna add 1/4 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice right on in there. Let's go. Mix that all together. It smells so freaking good. It's orange, it's so cute. Alrighty. Okay, so now what you want to do is just pour it into something that has like a spout on it, and then you're going to get these ramekins. They sell these at Walmart for really cheap. They might even have them at the dollar store. I'm not sure. I haven't looked. And you want to pour your custard into each one. Like so. This recipe will probably make about 6 of these. This isn't all of the stuff. I just ran out of space in there. Okay. You then want to get a dish that is deep. Last time I made these, I actually just went to the dollar store and got like a turkey pan, but I have this glass Pyrex. And then you're gonna place these down in there carefully so that you don't make a giant mess. Okay. And then you're going to very carefully take water and pour water into here until you get about halfway up the ramekins. This is called a water bath. This is going to help the custards cook more evenly in the oven. So I think I need a little bit more water. To about there. And then put them in the oven. So I will see you guys when these are done baking. So you're going to let these cook at 300 for about 40 minutes and then check to see if they're done. But I think they take about 50 minutes last time I made them. So it's been about 50 minutes. You will know these are done when you shake the pan and they're no longer jiggling in the center. Yeah, so these are ready. So now you're going to let these cool. And then once they are about room temperature, then you can wrap them up and put them into the fridge. I like to leave mine overnight to cool off and be cold because warm creme brulee does not taste very good. Yeah. So we're gonna let these go overnight and get nice and cold, and then I will show you how to do the brulée part, which is the yummy melted sugar on the top. So we will do that tomorrow. All right, here comes the fun part. We're going to do the bruleeing part of the creme brulee. So you want to take some sugar and sprinkle it on the top. I like to go ahead and just spread that around. Okay. And you want to start your torch. And then go around the sugar and melt it to the top here. You could also use your broiler setting on your oven if you don't have a torch. I know not everyone just has a fucking torch available, but if you do, definitely worth using. As you can see, this gets nice and bubbly and brown, and you're going to want to let this sit for a couple minutes just to not be as melty. And yeah, so let's try this. All right, now that it's cooled off, you can see that the top has a nice crunch to it. And it is freaking delicious. 10 out of 10, will recommend. If you guys do end up trying out this recipe, please tag me. Take a picture, tag me on Twitter or Instagram or something, because I would love to know how you enjoyed it.
It's spoopy season! It's spoopy season! It's spoopy season!